In this last piece of section 6, we want to figure out how to find inverse functions algebraically. We're going to consider two situations. One, both variables have the same units. Two, they don't have the same units. So let's start by assuming that both variables have the same units. Notice the list of things. Make sure it has an inverse, replace f of x by x, interchange the roles of x and y, and solve for y. Then our new y is our inverse, and then verify. So here we go. Let's find the inverse of y equals 4x plus 5. First, we interchange the x's and y's because they have the same units. We solve for y. Y equals 1/4 x minus 5/4, and that is our inverse of y equal to 4x plus 5. Okay. Let's do another example. Let's find the inverse of f of x equal to the square root of 16 minus x squared. Okay, first of all, I checked before I started the problem that it passed the horizontal line test. They have the same units, so we can start by setting y equal to square root of 16 minus x squared and solving. Interchange the x's and y's. Now, we're going to solve for x. We get x squared equals 16 minus y squared. Y squared equals 16 minus x squared. And so, y is going to be equal to the square root of 16 minus x squared. Not plus or minus. We want the positive square root. Otherwise, we would have failed we wouldn't have had a function to start with. Right? Let's do another example. The previous example, you notice, has two answers. Could have two answers. We will use only one at a time. So f inverse of x could be y equal plus the square root of 16 minus x squared. Or it could be y equals minus the square root of 16 minus x squared. Do not use plus or minus. We won't have a function if we do that. Now, suppose they don't have the same units. Well, we start with the horizontal line test. But notice number 3, we do not interchange the variables. In this case, the function its inverse cannot be graphed on the same set of axes. The variables have not been switched, so it's going to be the axes. Let's consider a cost function. Let's let C be the cost of production. Let's let the number of items we're producing be n. Right? We want to find the inverse. In other words, instead of having a function of n, we want a function of cost. So we solve for n, and we get that n is equal to 1/5 c minus 100. Now please notice how stupid it would be to interchange the n's and the c's. It just wouldn't make sense.